All right, so at this point, some people might be thinking, geez, Ryan, he just is a genius, man. He just makes anything out of nothing. Well, I'm also an idiot, just so you guys know. Alright y'all, welcome back to Cherezian Racing. I'm Ryan as always, and in this video we're going to get the super truck all prepped for the next race on September 28th. So you guys see I have the front end ripped off here. So what I've been doing, if you guys watched the last video of the super truck on the track, we got second. Car wasn't good enough to win. A lot of the problem was we didn't have enough side bite in the car when the track dried out. And also, the motor is screaming, but it doesn't want to scream down low in the lower RPM band. And so I went ahead and I went digging in this motor the last couple weeks. And as you guys see, I have a little dummy valve cover on here because I have a little valve cover leak around the weld where one of the breathers is. So I have that out getting TIG welded. But I pulled off the front of the motor here, and I checked the timing on the camshaft. And I was thinking I was going to advance a little bit, and I just double checked it. And when I set the cam timing initially on this motor, I thought I had the intake center line at 105 degrees-ish, 105 and a half, something like that, which was a little bit on the retarded side. But when I double checked it, triple checked it, quadruple checked it again, after it's been running, I don't know, probably 10 races or so now with this motor, I was coming in like 107 and a half degrees. And so I don't know if it was just user error the first time. I didn't get it right, but 107 degrees, 107 and a half degrees intake center line is really retarded. And so that would explain why on the starts when I get on the gas, it just bogs, doesn't want to go until you hit about 4,000 RPMs and it just rips. So anyways, I got it back set at 103 and a half degrees of intake center line. And hopefully that's going to help us out on the starts, not being so lazy in the restarts and coming off the bottom of the corners. Hopefully this thing will have a little more get up and go initially, which will help us out quite a bit on not losing spots. But I went ahead and I ran all the valves, checked the lash on them, and they're pretty much exactly what they were at the last time I set them, like probably 5-ish, 6 races ago. So everything's happy in the motor, just got to do an oil change on it now. Obviously, got the radiator out, so I figured I was going to pull the shroud off and do a little bit of radiator maintenance because this radiator has been in this car for like 5 years. And you can probably see with the camera, it looks a little different right here than it does up here. You know why? Because I've been taking my pocket screwdriver and re-flattening out all these little fins in there. All right, and just like that, sold another couple t-shirts. So I got 2 going out right now, and I just want to let you guys know that when you buy a t-shirt, I throw in the box one of these Cherezian Racing lanyards. It don't cost me anything extra to ship these, and I just, when you buy a shirt, you get a free lanyard with it. I took a video of the front and back of the shirt because I haven't showed you guys in a while, so I'll put that in there right now. Still got some shirts left in various sizes. Here's the front, here's the back. Best part about it, this is not a heavy ink pad, so you're not gonna be sweating your butt off. It's pretty light, really comfortable. Pretty slick looking, right? All right, so I got 2 going out. One to going to Mr. J. May from Jacksonville, Florida, and then the other is going to Kyle Ledford from Greenwood, Arkansas. So these babies are going all over the country, and get yourself one. Check the video description out on how to get yours. All right, so 72 beers later, all the fins have been straightened out by my pocket screwdriver. And while I had the radiator shroud out, I went ahead and I patched up a couple small holes and I painted it because I've been slowly trying to make this car faster over time. I didn't have the means, the money, or the time to go ahead and just throw a bunch of money, time, and labor on this thing and make it the best of the best of the best. But over time, when I take something apart, I just try to make it better. And whether that is making it better performance-wise or cosmetically, I had the radiator shroud out, might as well put a fresh coat of white paint on it. All right, so I got the radiator and the shroud all installed, and I just got back the valve cover I sent out to a guy down the street from me who went ahead and TIG welded the aluminum crack that was on the weld on our breather right there for the valve cover. So I got to throw that on the motor still. And it is Saturday, and obviously I'm not racing, but they have a big race tonight in Petaluma. It's the Bob McCoy Memorial Race, as you guys can see on the sticker and the shirt I'm wearing. So it kind of sucks I'm not racing that race, but I'm making the best of it. I got a little bit of Gentleman Jack, well, what's left of it here, and Sprite in my cup. And check this out. This is the last video we posted. The hobby stock broke the 3/8 rocker stud, and that's what it looks like in 2 pieces. Also, I got a pretty badass care package here from a guy named Justin Evans from Oregon. Good looking gear, nice trucker hat. I'm a big fan of trucker hats, as you guys probably know. It's pretty much all I wear on my head. And this is a pretty badass shirt, and let me show you guys this. Good looking care package. Oh my goodness gracious, Justin Evans, you are the man. Yes, I did already open this, and I knew this in here, but I was getting low, and he hooked me up, and what a deal. Check this out. It's a badass looking shirt. He drives a street stock up in Oregon. I think it's Lebanon, Oregon is where he's from. Good looking shirt. I mean, really good graphics and everything. And he drives a Ford Mustang, which we will not hold it against him that he drives a Ford, because the man sent the goods in the package, wrapped it up in a shirt. USPS did not see it. Pretty cool. So thank you, Justin. I appreciate it. If anybody else out there wants to send me their racing gear, please do. And if you include a care package like that, man, I'll wear your shirt every day, I swear to God. But thank you, Justin. It's a good looking car, good looking shirt. If anybody does want to send me a shirt, I'm a large, and I do like wearing racing stuff, so please, I'll wear it. I just like racing in general, so just send me your stuff and I'll wear it for sure. Thank you, Justin. Gonna go ahead and top that baby off right there. All right, so before I put this valve cover back on, I got these 2 breathers, and the rags are totally soaked in oil. So I'm gonna go ahead and replace the rags on them. And as you guys see here, I have a little bit of TV action going on here. This is actually from my kitchen. Livia didn't want it in the kitchen anymore, so I brought it out here. I've always wanted a TV in the shop, so I could like watch NASCAR or whatever on Sundays and still work on the car. And so I figured that I need to buy some type of streaming device. So I got a Fire Stick from Amazon. I don't really have the greatest Wi-Fi signal out here, so I'm hoping this guy works, but I'm pretty psyched. If I can get this guy to hook up to my phone, I can play Hulu on it, and I can kind of work on the car while watching the TV, wherever I put it. It's gonna be a good deal for me. So I'm pretty excited about this. Just gotta go ahead and hook it up and see what happens. All right, I would say these guys are pretty dang well used. Look at that. Pretty oily. So I'm gonna go ahead and put some fresh rags on these breathers. I would like to get, you know, a pan evac system eventually. That'll basically go from both these breathers over to like a catch can. Let me show you what I'm talking about. You see it on all these high dollar, like modified late model teams, where they come out of the breather here. Instead of just having a little filter there to kind of breathe it to the atmosphere, they bring both of them over here to like a little catch can. It's like a oil separator, so all the oil liquid goes to the bottom of the can, and then on top there's a one big filter, and it's kind of out of the way of all the heat and stuff. One day, maybe when I get a little more money, I'll get one of those systems. But for now, I'm gonna keep on doing it the old school way, the only way I've ever known, and that is to keep on putting rags over the breathers. All right, so that hose was looking like one of those balloon animals that the guy makes you at Disneyland. About to explode. And I think if I didn't catch that now, I might have blown up at the track. All right, Thursday. Got the TV going pretty good. Eric did an oil change on the car, just straightened all the water out so we can replace that lower radiator hose. He's running all the tires out on the hobby stock and super truck, seeing what our stagger numbers are. And I'm over here cooking up a hamburger hot dog as usual on a Thirsty Thursday. It's been a while. You guys like my new fence? All right, so I've been doing tire work all day. I'm about to go down the road and get a new radiator hose from Napa Auto Parts. I'm getting the Napa Gold Stripe. It's like 40 bucks, but I need it today. And I got my wet set of tires for the rear right there. One is totally aired down with the valve core removed, and the other one's aired up to 50 pounds. Because apparently, I don't know what's been going on, but that left rear tire's been growing quite a bit. And that's my wet setup, so I'd like about an inch-ish of stagger, maybe a little more. But I had reverse stagger. I had about a 1/4 inch of negative stagger in it, so that ain't gonna work. I don't know why that left tire is growing so much, but it is, and the right rear is staying the same. So I'll see if I can get a little bit of stagger out of that, just sitting out there in the sun. All right, got the goods. Napa series hose. I guess the mesh wire is like molded inside the rubber, so you can't even see it in there. Let me turn on the Fleming Family Racing light, see if that will work. Yeah, so you can't see any wire in there, but it's stiff. You can feel that's in there, so I think that'll work. Alright guys, so I'm moving on to something else now in the trailer. The last time we had this trailer out with the hobby stock, went to air up the compressor and it basically shorted all the electrical system in here. So coincidentally, my dad got me a brand new compressor for my birthday back in July. So thanks, Dad, because it is absolutely a direct replacement. It looks like it's gonna fit right in there, actually a little bit shorter than that one. And the hose, which is kind of a weird looking connection to me, it's a little small deal, fits right in there. So I just plugged it in and ran it, and we got plenty of air pressure out there on the hose in the back of the trailer. So all I gotta do is basically put it in there, secure it down, and we're good to go. This thing is absolutely ancient. Campbell Hausfeld. I checked out the freaking date on this thing, 1992. That was the year I was born. I would say it did its job this long. All right, so it fits in there pretty good. Got some clearance. Got the controls here on the front, relief valve. The only problem is where the hose goes in, not much room here. So I'm gonna go ahead and see what I got in the garage. Maybe we'll make this work. Just a little, looks like a pipe thread right there, so I might have an adapter. All right, so I searched the whole garage. I got a box here of pipe threads. Don't have anything I need. This is all AN fittings. Don't have anything I can use. And then I got AN to pipe thread conversions. I can't use any of this stuff. None of it works. All right, so this is the closest thing I can find. It's got the right pipe threads, but this end is a hose barb. So I think what I'm gonna do is I found another adapter. This is the right type of pipe threads, and this is some skinnier pipe threads. So what I'm gonna try to do is home make it, and I'm gonna cut this guy off and drill and tap a hole right there, and then fit the small threads in there, and then boom, I have my right angle fitting I'm gonna need. Dang, my pipe thread tap and die kit only goes down to 1/4 inch. I need an 1/8 inch, so I'm gonna have to brainstorm here. All right, so got it all done. There she is. So what I did, this is obviously a brass fitting, as I found a fitting that I got multiple of these, so I don't really care if I ruin this thing. But this is steel, and I went ahead and I cut a little slots in it with the grinder to kind of make it into a tap. And then I took a drill bit that was just a little bit smaller and drilled my hole. Went ahead and worked it a couple times up and down, and now she's pretty much tapped, and this guy goes right in there. Yeah, it took me a little while, but it probably honestly would have taken me the same amount of time to go down to Ace Hardware and pick up the fitting I needed. And it's crazy how much this stuff costs nowadays. I bet you this little fitting right here, well, I wouldn't have got this exact one. I probably would have got, you know, a 90 here with this 1/4 inch MPT threads coming off it, and then another one, but it would have been like probably 10 bucks. So it's free. Adding a crap load of Teflon tape. Thread her in. Alright, you probably can't see. I'm trying the FFR light again. Alright, maybe you can see. In the middle there, you can see where this dude ends up threading, and it's about halfway in the opening there. So that's going to choke off a lot of the restriction for the air. So I'm going to go ahead and actually open that up with the drill bit. Just stick a drill bit down there and take off that little bit and open it up and kind of give her more of a curved radius there. Alright, so at this point, some people might be thinking, geez, Ryan, he just is a genius, man. He just makes anything out of nothing. Well, I'm also an idiot, just so you guys know. So, some people might already know by now that looking at this and what I created, it's not going to be correct, because This is a female portion and this is a male portion, and I set this thing up for 2 male portions. Luckily I have another fitting that converts it from that 1/8 inch pipe thread to the right size female. So luckily that's a good deal. Almost ready to go until I found out that this guy's dang near welded on there. I don't know why it's so tight. Maybe, you know, 32 years of being put together, it's just like rusted itself on there. But I've tried putting a vice grip on there and squeezing the hell out of it, and I cannot break it loose. I don't want to put any heat to it because this is obviously rubber, so it's gonna be tricky. I'm gonna see what I can do. All right, so when in doubt, bang it out. Made my own little impact hammer deal here. Got her to loosen up. Thank God. Ah, satisfaction. All right, guys. It is Friday before the race at about midnight. I've been working on this thing and getting everything ready all day. Getting pretty tired, but I'm doing a little bit of body work now because the last race, when I got passed for first, the dude chopped my nose off. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to straighten this stuff up as best as I can. Got pretty much all the stuff in the trailer I need to get loaded up for tonight. Tires and the compressors hooked up. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and do a nut and bolt check on this thing after I do the body work, and that should pretty much do it. So I'm gonna end this video now, and I'll see you guys tomorrow at the track. Antioch Speedway is gonna be at least 1,000 to win, and I'm looking forward to getting back in the super truck and going fast again. So you guys remember, if it's bent, it ain't broken. I'll weld it up, patch it up, JB weld it up. Doesn't matter. I'm getting it back on the track and I'm trying to go fast. I don't know if I showed you guys this or not, but I ended up putting a new radiator screen, shaker screen if you will, last night, and actually stole it, robbed it off the hobby stock. Double trouble, got robbed. But I think this is like an 1/8 inch like chicken wire mesh. So I'm not really sure I can get more of this, but I do have to get more of it for the hobby stock. So if you guys know where you can get some heavy duty stuff to protect the radiator, let me know in the comments. I'm out of here. See you tomorrow.